Hello and welcome to my Let's Play of Star Trek Online on the PS4. I'm the Big B82 and this is part 28 of my Dodge Recruit from 2021 Federation Engineer. We're about to undertake the first set of missions on the new Romulus Arc, where we're going to go to New Romulus and render aid per their request. As you can see from the previous part, I'm no longer in the Sovereign class USS Yorktown. I am now within the confines of a Galor Class CUV Ranjan. This is part of the, I think it was called the, it was part of the Dominion's new Dominion Vanguard set, and gave you a Cardassian Galor Class, and also I think it gave you a Cardassian Kelvin class. But I do have a set that I got from, which was available many moons ago in the Lobby store, which was called the just a plain and simple set, which includes a Garrick hologram and a Keldon class starship, and we'll be using that at some point. Basically, if you know your Cardassian ships, the Galor class is a medium cruiser, while the Keldon class is a heavy cruiser. The Keldon class has is slightly longer, and I think it has a different aft section. They look nearly identical to each other in appearance. However, I don't think you're really interested in the lore behind the two ships, just that I'm a Cardassian and I'm going to be using some Cardassian ships here and there. And I thought for the next couple of parts, which includes the Solanate sphere, I thought we'll use the Keldon class rather than the Sovereign. So for the Keldon, for the next couple of parts, next couple of story arcs, we'll be using this ship. This next section is completely on the ground, while the next couple of parts will be in space, which means we get to show off the Keldon, the Galor. And I've started doing it. For those watching this back, welcome, thank you for making it this far. I was going to call it the CUV, the cart, but I don't think the Bajorans would be too happy about a ship named after the cart flying around. So, for the purposes of this, we shall hail for the mission, and I shall do my captain's log, and then we will be heading down to the planet's surface once we enter the new Romulus system. So, hail for the mission. Admiral, a group of our people are trying to create a new homeworld. Celia's capital city has erupted into fighting since she disappeared. So-called saviours struggle for power, and new ones rise and fall every day. We're witnessing the end of days of an empire. I belong to a group of Romulans who, like you, want to survive. With our leader, the Tan, we're throwing off the shackles of our past. We've rejected secrecy and deceit in favour of democracy and cooperation. In creating a new world, we will remake our culture. We have found the planet we call Morihan, New Romulus in our mother's tongue. It can be ours, but we have much to do before we can truly call it home. Our government has authorised me to ask for your assistance. Our people have been in strife for too long. Can you look past our history and help us build a new world? You will have my support. Okay. So go to New Romulus, which we have, and we shall enter. And it's reverse. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, I thought that sounded cheesy. And far away from the circle. No. Still reversing, still reversing, still reversing, still reversing. And go. Alright, let's not get stuck in the star. Stop. Okay. That's an Arconian ship. Okay. Into the new Romulus system. So the missions we're going to be playing is New Romulus Aid, staging area, hidden camera, and warehouse. Okay, let's beam to New Romulus. Admiral, we're ready to beam down to New Romulus on your command. The Romulans are suggesting you bring a small waiting. So that'll be me and Coez. We don't need anyone else. That's the mission. We should get a cutscene now. Hopefully. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Just done a Klingon playthrough and it crashed because of the old content. This is very old content.
We have the strength now. With the help of Starfleet and the Empire, we could destroy what's left of the Tal Shiar. We would be safe. We would be free.
There are too few of us left to fight amongst ourselves. Military action should be our last option.
I don't see how talking to them will be enough. But I'm a warrior, not a politician. If my people are to find a home here, there must be a leader capable of building a new future. Of looking past our differences to find harmony. You are that leader, Detapa.
Since I was a child, hiding in the sewers of the capital with the reunificationists, I have worked toward the day when the Romulans would once again walk beside their Vulcan brothers and sisters. Before that can happen, we need to rebuild. We need a home to replace what was lost, to see past our grief and find acceptance. We need to reconcile with the Remans and end the centuries of strife and oppression. The fate of both our peoples rests here. We either create a new homeworld out of the ashes, or we wither and die. Thank you for agreeing to assist us. I'm grateful that both the Federation and the Empire have temporarily put aside their differences to help create a new Romulus. This proves that unification is possible, both for my people and for yours. We're building a new home here. Romulans and Remans can't continue on like nothing has changed. Everything is different. We are a changed people. The loss of Romulus wounded us greatly. But that wound will not be fatal. There is a great deal of work to do before we can truly call this our new home. But with your help, I know Mold Rihan, or New Romulus in your language, will someday be as great as what we lost. Kylor is in charge of the staging area. He can give you more information about what we need. There's much to do, and little time. We left our first home to remain free. We lost our adopted home to treachery. May this world be the home we have sought for so long. A place where our descendants can live in peace.
Okay. That's the Tan, and that was Obasek. We haven't seen Obasek in a while. Okay. So we need to talk to Admiral Valoff, who is over there. We'll to Admiral Valoff in a minute, but first things first. Captain's Logs, Stardate 86509.13. I'm being in command of a refitted Cardassian Galor Class cruiser loaned to the Federation by the Detapa Council. She's quite old by modern standards, but it's nice to be on a ship from home. There was no time for dreaming of home, however. The Romulan Republic recently settled on New Romulus. Starfleet has answered their request for aid, and I have been assigned to the task force. There we are, cheesy Captain's Log. Nice and sweet, short. Right. Okay, speak to Admiral Valoff, a Romulan. Thank you for coming to New Romulus, Admiral. He actually outranks me. He's technically my superior. Since the destruction of the Romulan homeworld, Romulan space has been unstable. The Federation tried to offer a hand in friendship to build connections with the survivors. When that failed, Starfleet Command made a decision to several preemptive strikes to eliminate threats before they could become open warfare. Whether or not those actions were justified is not for us to debate. With the formation of the new Romulan colony world and an alliance with the Romulans, we have a second chance. What we do here on this planet will shape the Federation's relationship with the Romulan Star Empire for decades. We could create a new alliance, or we could wake a sleeping dragon. I believe in about the Spock's plan for the unification. That is why I volunteered to be a liaison between Titan and the Federation. But before that can happen, we need to earn the Romulan's trust. You will help us do that. I look forward to working with the Romulan Republic. Okay. So before we go and introduce ourselves to Foreman Galor, New Romulus is a adventure zone, as the game would say. This is probably one of the original adventure zones, I think it is. As you can see, there is Marihan, and there is the planet. We have the capital cities over here, which we never get to visit. And then we have the mountains near the region. We have a river basin here, epoch fields where you can get some cute little ecops, and then we'll be heading over here at some point. Basically, the game, what you used to do, I'm going to go off on a tangent, which I don't really like to do, but I'm going to do it. On the old New Romulus, it used to make you have to go to the Western Peaks, do the Western Peaks missions, then do the Atai, then it was the Praeus Crater, then the Hunway Ruins, and then you had to do this last. It's basically you did the whole tour of the planet. You didn't have to visit the epoch fields and stuff like that. The New Romulus reputation used to be part of this. And then you have to finish. Once you finish the reputation, you have to come back here and then do the missions again because it was all integrated. Now everything's been reintegrated into the whole thing now, so you don't have to do the New Romulus reputation anymore, which is a shame because New Romulus stuff does actually give you some pretty good stuff, including the 0-point generator, which is a very helpful thing if you're a Klingon. That's who you speak to, General Kavara. And now, let's go and introduce ourselves to the Foreman, who's going to give us another cutscene. Welcome to New Romulus.
Let me brief you on the situation here. We're building a new city here, at the site where people first landed on this world more than 2,000 years ago, after the Sundering. Our Riemann friends will take the lower levels, where they can feel most at home. We'll use the staging area as a landing site for shuttlecraft and a place to coordinate construction and future shipping. Many of our records were lost with the homeworld. But what we do have indicates that there was a battle here before the colony ships left to find Romulus.
You found what could be
The Sword of the Raptor Star, one of our most revered artifacts.
here on this world.
There's still much we need to learn about this world and its inhabitants. This creature, for example, how did it adapt to the radiation that until recently made this world unsuitable for colonization? Recent scans are showing the radiation falling into manageable levels. With modern technology and your assistance, this should be a place where the Romulan and Riemann people can thrive for generations to come. We've found ruins that date back to the Sundering, and beneath them, signs of what may be a much older civilization. Who lived here eons ago? What happened to them? We're doing what we can, but we can't do it alone. If you're here to help, I'll get you started.
Okay. So that is introduce ourselves to him. Welcome to New Romulus. We've done that. So New Romulus stage is complete, and now we learned the lay of the land. To speak to him again to start the next mission. So we'll talk to him in a second. So as I was saying, this is an adventure zone. So this is and every little section, these little orange sections that are marked here, they're transporter pads. It helps you get around the planet more quicker. This is basically when you go to one of those hexagons or whatever they want to call them, those little markers, you come to this and it says obtain clearance for stating every talent buffer. Once you do that, you will now have access to the new Romulus transport system. And now you'll be able to, once you unlock the rest of them, you'll be able to travel to all these little areas. Make sure that you, of course, log on to every single transporter pad you can actually find. I'm wondering why somebody's nanopulse warthogs over there. Anyway, let's speak to the foreman. I'm going to ask him about himself. Tell me about yourself. I'm too old and too busy to sit here yapping about the past. Never served in the military, never bent the knee to the so-called Empress. I've worked all my life moving the cargo and digging the mines that you people seem to think get made by magic. Got stuck in the Ratos system when the big boon happened, and been knocking around ever since. Started hearing the Tan speak and made a lot of sense. We can't hang around in the past anymore. If we want a home, we've got to do it on our hands and get our hands dirty and build one. No one showed me around, so I was a station area. There's a lot of things that need to be done and not enough hands to do the work. My job is to organise volunteers, so grab a spanner or collect reports and volunteer already. You might even get that fancy uniform a little dusty. Dirty work is honest work. Okay, so let's accept. So now we head to the staging area, which is this section up here. We need to repair equipment, investigate suspicious persons, collect and turn in reports, and motivate the civilians and workers. Now every now and then, I don't know what it is, I don't know what time the setting is, and like I say, I really do need to do a tutorial on these things. But I think it's every half an hour, or every 15 minutes, 45 minutes, there's a galactic alert, which is basically a planet-wide red alert, which you then have to go to in a section of New Romulus and go and help that. But we're not going to worry about that. That's a Federation security officer, so don't really motivate him. Keep your guard around the Klingons, Admiral. I don't trust them. Okay. Whatever. Alright. Let's see if we can actually find something to actually do. So, it's a piece of equipment, so it's clearly someone else is on the planet doing on the same mission as me. I'm an engineer, so this should be child's play for us. There's the Klingons, Soul Master. Yeah, someone else is here. So let's repair the shuttle. No. That Romulan worker. Hard work matters. In any case, do your job. Ah, crap. Get up there. Oh. This is how it's done. See, you take iron and selenium chip, and take this iron and selenium rod, and you do that. See? Simples. You can do it when you're being cute. And I am not sponsored by being cute. Kapla. There's the Klingon sector. Yeah, there is someone else running around doing things, so it's a suspicious civilian. Are they might turn around and attack us? Nope. Sometimes they'll spawn Tal Shiar. So I need to speak to him. Civilian, can we motivate these guys? No, they're being motivated by the Klingon. Those poor kids. Suspicious civilian. They are, of course, Tal Shiar, in case you're wondering. This should not take this long. About New Romulus is it's really that interesting. Okay, so staging area is complete. Thank you, Admiral. I know it may not seem like much, but everything that you can do contributes to my Rehon. As the Klingons say, the first city wasn't built in a day. So we got a career effective reward. Some shield recharge makes any difference to us. Okay. Oh, now we should wait and we should get a mission pop up. Hopefully.
I've received reports of Tal Shiar spying on new Romulans. Not a surprise, but we need to stay cautious. Most recently, I've acquired a recording that has actionable information. I'd like for you to follow up on it.
So accept. Begin message playback. I don't have a lot of time. I've hidden a recording near where you first arrived on New Romulus. Find it. This is what used to be attached to the excuse me, the New Romulus reputation. Of course, it's not attached to it anymore, so it's now part of this mission, which is helpful. It's associated in cache. So it seems like to be a recording taken from a hidden camera within the capital city itself. There's a message on it addressed specifically to you. Watch recording.
I'll be going now, unless you need anything else. Do you want me to bring you something to eat?
No, thank you. I'll see you in the morning.
Council, may we speak?
How did you get in here?
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Sub-Commander Kiana, and I represent certain individuals interested in the future of the Romulan people.
Don't patronize me. You mean the Tal Shiar.
If you want to be blunt, yes.
What do you want, Sub-Commander?
An agreement that will benefit us both. You agree to allow us to advise you on the governing of this colony, and in return we will do all we can to assist you with any complications that may arise.
You want to play Kingmaker. I'm no king, and deals made in the dark never end well. If you want to open negotiations, contact my office during business hours.
You know as well as I do that would be pointless. There's too much bad blood, and the Federation and the Klingons would never agree. I'd be lucky to leave the negotiations alive. Hakiv's death and the disappearance of the Empress has left my organization at loose ends. The Tal Shiar needs a strong leader. You have the trust of the Klingons, Starfleet, the Remans. Just imagine what you could do with our help.
Are you trying to bribe me?
Merely presenting options. A wise man would see that this is his best, his only option.
I was instructed by the wisest of men, Sub-Commander. Spock taught me that openness and truth have more power than secrets. I want all Romulans to unite, even the Tal Shiar. But it can only happen in the light of day.
I'll give you time to reconsider. We have similar goals to time. You want to rebuild Romulan power. So do we. Think about it. We will speak again.
Computer, give me everything we have on the Tal Shiar.
Okay, that's some interesting stuff going on there. What do you think? Who do you think left us that recording, Admiral? Whoever it was is obvious someone who wants us to know everything that's been going on behind the scenes. No matter what the motivations were, the releasing this recording, it's good to know that the town is not siding with the Tal Shiar. We should probably submit the recording to headquarters. Right. Now wait for the final mission we're going to be doing in this part. Lieutenant Tango in the warehouse has contacted me. The colony is having supply issues, and the sources of them may be the Ferengi contractor they hired to manage the supply lines. We think having a neutral party like you would help diffuse the conflict. Would you be willing to sort this out? Yes. Now we get to go meet an old friend. Go to begin staging area instance. And we'll get to going all our crew with us on this one. Okay, let's speak with the Admiral, Lieutenant, sorry. Tadega. Gentlemen, True Admiral, we appreciate you taking an interest in our affairs. Right now we're having a supply problem. There's a Ferengi trader here named Margarine who seems quite capable of making a profit, but less than capable of keeping an accurate track of our shipments. I tried talking to him, but he seems to treat any conversation as a type of negotiation, and I'm hesitant to escalate this problem to the town's attention. Keller suggested that we use a third party to help us work out the solution. Would you be willing to speak to him on our behalf? Maybe you can get through to him? Of course. I'll let you know what we find. Okay, so Margarine, the last time we spoke to him, he was exploiting miners. So I guess he's now exploiting the new Romulan home. So let's go and speak to our old friend Margarine. Seems to have some friends here. Erosion. Okay. Hello, Margarine. Long time no see.
You again? Last time I saw you, I had a sweet little mining business on Hifar, and some information brokering on the side. Now, all of that's gone. The mine, the intel, everything. I'm lucky I still have a tooth sharpener. Get out before I call security.
I'm going to talk to you about the irregularities with your supply manifests.
Let me guess. Lieutenant Tenenga's complaining again. I stand by my paperwork and my inventory. It's not my fault if the Romulans can't count. They don't have the lobes for business. Look, you can review the cargo manifests yourself and match them to the supplies in the crates. But I'm sure a big, important Starfleet officer like yourself has more important things to do. If you want to bother with it, though, knock yourself out. The terminals in the warehouse have the manifest, and the crates are nearby. I'd help you check, but I have real work to do. Oh, and don't mind the Orions. They're subcontractors working for me. Lots of willing hands to help, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. Modern. Up to his old tricks again. Okay, so let's go and check these manifests. Here we go. Which one is it? Here we go. Old uniforms. Why would anyone keep these in a box marked River Pig Chow? Nice. Let's head in here. There should be 2 here, and then we've got another one further back, and then 2 more on the other side. Where is it? Here we are. Captain, the manifest says that the crate's supposed to contain industrial energy cells, but all I see is some self-sealing stem bolts. Yay, self-sealing stem bolts. Yeah, won't be able to find a better stem bolt in all the sector. Nor Jake Consortium. Deep Space Nine reference, clearly. According to the manifest, this is supposed to be 3 months' supply of supplies for the science teams working in the altar, but half of these boxes are empty. Nice. 3 months' supply of supplies. Is that even English? Yeah. Well, I imagine it should be stockpile supplies. 3 months stockpile. 3 months stockpile of supplies would be more suitable. Well, I'm not a game designer. As somebody clearly pointed out to me. Less said about that one, and about. So we have these guys. We're going to be dealing with them at some point. Can't believe the Orions would hang around. Excuse me. And not me wanting to be dealt with. And under my tempests. Okay, and what we got here? Who made these manifests? This is an entertainment supply. It's scrap hull plating from old shuttles. Javelle, you're quite knowledgeable. For a science officer, I would imagine that should be Shavara should be the one telling me that, but you're the chief science officer, so you keep doing your job. Make yourself self-important, Javelle. this isn't dilithium ore. These manifests are completely wrong. It's margarine. Are we surprised? He's a thief. He's a thief. He's a Ferengi, so not a very good one. This crate's supposed to contain construction supplies, but it's empty. Right, let's go and confront Margarine about the dodgy manifests. Margarine, your manifests are all bullshit.
So, you check the manifests and the crates, and they don't match up. I knew I should have gone with you. Then I could have explained that the more valuable supplies are in a secure storage unit. You can't be too careful, you know. Someone might be trying to steal something. Here, let me open the secure area for you. It's at the far end of the warehouse.
For your sake, I hope you're telling the truth. I'm willing to bet he's not telling the truth. 100 internets? That's Romulan show. Right. In we go.
Couldn't just leave well enough alone, could you? Your type are all meddlers. Now you've gone and upset my Herodian. I didn't want to have a discussion with you. Enjoy.
Erosion. Now, we haven't actually dealt with these guys before. Thank you for the healing. Looks like we are going to be dealing with the when it disintegrates, it disintegrates. Motherfucker. Looks like Martin has escaped through the secret passage.
I had no choice. The Calcium is controlling my family. Well, they have my assets, and Latinum is like a Please, please, have mercy on a humble businessman.
Well, Margaret. Okay, so I don't actually think we need to speak with Tatanga actually before we leave, so I mean she could hear the firefight, but it doesn't seem like she remotely cares. So let's exit the instance. Speak with, I think Margarine was working with the Syndicate and the Talshia. I'm glad you're able to handle the situation, Admiral, but it shouldn't have gotten so far out of hand in the first place. Obviously, we're going to have to keep a much closer eye on anyone we invite to our colony. I agree. However, that is now the end of our adventures here on New Romulus for the time being. When we return in part 2, we'll be heading up into the mountains.
Received another recording.
Yeah, that one. We'll be heading up into the mountains to do the hidden mountain base. We're not going to be doing any sub-quest missions like we did what we were forced to do here, because they're mundane and boring. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing any of those. But anyway, I'm the Big82. Please subscribe, comment, and welcome, and I appreciate the thumbs up. And I will see you in part 29. We're doing New Romulus part 2. So then, ciao for now.